How to build wealth in your 20s. So let's talk about a few things. Number one, how do you start generating income? It's such a new skill for so many people because normally you're used to just having a job, right? Maybe a teenage kind of job, and then you move into maybe having your first job in your 20s. You have to learn to make your own money, whether that's any sort of side hustle. My son actually became a professional travel agent. Both my son and my daughter do tutoring. You can do ski lessons. You can do graphic design, like whatever your thing is, do more of it, but make it more entrepreneurial, ideally. So we're going to talk about how to generate money. We're going to talk about how to keep most of that money through corporate structure and doing it right, because it sets up the rest of your life of wealth building. Remember, this is not about how to make money in your 20s. It's how to build wealth. The last thing are the common mistakes that every 20-year-old or younger makes. So first, how do you generate money in your 20s? So how do you create more income? So again, back to your skill sets. What do you already know how to do? Are you a good copy editor? Are you a good videographer? Are you good at car detailing? My daughter's trying that out right now. We checked out some vending machines. So what are you good at? And what can we put a business around? The best thing that I ever did in my 17 years old and ever since then is I have a mentor every year. So I have a mentor and a coach. Most of you have never been mentored really by a business or wealth building expert, or if you have, they're more really just starting, haven't created a lot. I've been doing this for over 30 years. I have a lot of experience, and I've done most of my stuff as bootstrapping startups, meaning from nothing. I started at 17, a personal training business. Then I went into corporate wellness and corporate development at 21, 22 years old, ended up building millions of dollars of fitness centers for Chevron and offshore oil rigs. Then I moved to selling the cash flow game. So it's always been this entrepreneurial energy that I love and I thrive on. Some of you, you're going to have to get that muscle going, and I cannot tell you how much mentors and guides help you. The other thing I would do immediately is go out and find what I call a model company. Who's already doing something that you think you might want to do? And it's okay to go to work under an entrepreneur for a while to learn. So when I transitioned out of being an exercise physiologist to the finance world, I actually went to Rich Dad Poor Dad and actually had a contract there to be the master distributor of the game. So it's kind of like working with a mentor coach, and I had a whole consortium of great people. Robert, I had Sharon, I had Keith Cunningham, I had so many amazing mentors in that journey. Even though I wasn't getting the direct client, I was learning how to run this kind of a business. And then 1999, 2000, was able to jump and go do what you now see that I've done through my career. So all of you have the pathway to do it. So again, what's your skill sets? What can you do now to monetize what your skills are, get a mentor, and get your marketing up and running? Now, the next one I think is most pivotal, which is when you're 18 years old, you're an adult. So how you get credit cards, I have a whole video on my YouTube channel here. So go search for how do you get your first cards? How do you actually maintain good credit? Do you use credit or debit? I have a whole play series just on that topic, not to be done or redone here on this video. What I want to talk about today is given whatever you're going to do, and some of you might head towards real estate, you might do some fix and flips. So whatever you're going to do in your state, you need an operating company. So that might be an LLC, it might be an S Corp, might be a C Corp, might be a limited partnership. I doubt that, but you want to check all options. And the reason you want to make money in your company, not a sole proprietor, is because then you get to activate the greatest tax code in the world. You get 81,000 pages of code. Now, not every entity has the same amount of tax deductions. So usually as you grow and you mature, you end up with all of those that I just stated, but the combination of how they work together contractually to reduce your taxes is critical, because as you make it, you're going to pay tax, or you make it and you tax strategize. And that's what we do that's different. All the extra money that you're saving in taxes and that you're making, now you learn to invest. So wealth building happens by getting money into the asset, the balance sheet side of your life, not just the income side, but you got to start buying assets, whether that's real estate. You probably won't qualify for gas and oil quite yet unless you're accredited and already became a millionaire, but you could buy any blockchains, cryptos. You could go to iFlip. If you look at the show notes below, I can give you a free app to iFlip, was where I put my money into the stock market. And it's the software that trades AI driven in and out of the market, so you never have huge losses. All of you in your 20s, you start studying assets. My Wealth Cycle Investing book, which I'll give you a link in the show notes below. My Wealth Cycle Investing is about alternative investing. How do you start looking at the alternatives? Another easy way I describe it is when you drive through town, somebody owns every piece of real estate and every business. Why don't you own more? And that's why I want you living in your 20s, is what do you want to accumulate? Because that compounding power of what you're wealth building will make you a millionaire. You know, every 7 years, you're supposed to double your money if it's done right. We can get it down into the 4 or 5 range of years to double your money. So you start, you know, hitting your millionaire status at 25 and double your money by 30, by 35. Think of that compounding power. The sooner, the better. Now, before we go to the mistakes, I want you to subscribe to my channel. I want you here 5 days a week. Click that notification button and share with your friends, especially in your 20s. You need a group of people that are going to be doing this with you, that are on the same journey with you. This isn't just a program or something you lean into. It's a lifestyle that you actually become. And you become an entrepreneur, you become a wealth builder. And believe me, it doesn't matter how old you are with what mentors you might have. I love mentoring people in their 20s and 30s and helping them like see the path, because I've had so much experience in so many industries. So the mistake is to not get a mentor and a coach, to not lean in. At 21 years old, I paid Bob Proctor $25,000. So I know what my ask is. And I'm not like have any issue asking you as an adult to commit to yourself. It's like giving yourself an MBA, a massive bank account. Otherwise, just have a, you know, massive bad attitude. So mistakes also is not getting incorporated, staying a sole proprietor, where you don't activate more credit and available credit lines, because the financial institutes see you as just your social security number. You want that. You want a tax ID number, an LLC, an S Corp, a C Corp. Like you want to grow your wealth. And the last and biggest one is staying solo. Doing it on your own because that's what your peer groups do, or just living on TikTok, like, you know, the internet's going to be your, you know, mentor and guide. You don't ask it. You don't ask ChatGPT. You ask a human who has a lot of experience. And that's what a mentor and a guide and a coach is. So love to help you. If you have any questions, go to askloral.com, ASKLORAL, ask questions, make a request. We'll be back tomorrow.